it like for all those dudes who hella thirsty or whatever about like
that are out of pocket in the comments.
Right.
Well,
You know, like
well,
like everyone who's into what I'm into is not like those motherfuckers. Like,
do you feel like the
Yeah.
people? Do you feel like the people who are part of the foot fetish community they rather stay discreet so that they can make the requests that they wouldn't normally make if people knew who they were?
oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Like I actually um was debating that on my own, like as far as being able to start coming out and showing who I am too. But I think the anonymity of it makes it so that people are more willing to do more for whatever I guess their clientele is like once. It's like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, I'll do that. It's cool, you know, and they don't have to be like they don't have to show who they are, so
Mhm.
they can kind of just pick whatever persona they want and roll with it.
Yeah, man. I think it would be dope if
Mm-hmm.
people were more open about having a foot fetish because when I started seeing everybody come to the and gravitate to the foot fetish videos, like I noticed that so many of them were discreet and a lot of them still are, man. And I think they should know that yo, man, the Side Friend Chronicles, man, we've fully embraced the community,
Yeah,
you know?
A safe
right.
space for it, that never really, I don't think, existed, right? Like it's still very like, I think there's a lot of people have a lot of shame with it, and it's because people out there are out here like, oh, you're fucking weird, you like feet, like, bro, like the only thing that's weird is, liking children to me. Like that's
Right.
weird to me. But I mean, feet, like, just because it's not your cup of tea doesn't mean it's not somebody else's. That's like people giving each other shit. Oh, you like tits? Well, I like ass. Like,
Right.
Mhm.
who cares? Like,
And and then it's
whatever.
even like normalized more so and less taboo to be into, you know, ass play for the lack of,
Yes,
you know what I
that
mean?
was
Like
my next point. Thank you.
Janae Aiko made that shit popping in that Chris Brown Omarion song. Like after that, it was like, oh, we could do that
Groceries.
Oh, we could
on.
eat ass out loud. Yeah.
But
Now
you
everybody
know,
eats
if you're
ass all
talking
of a sudden.
about right, and it's cool. But
Right.
you talk about licking toes or giving a foot massage, you're like, wait, you whoa, and then they look at you like you just turned into a fucking alien in front of them or something. Like, hey, it's you know, there's reasons for why I like this. You know, it's not,
Yeah,
but
absolutely. Like,
I think
that's why.
sometimes too it's a cultural thing because
Yeah,
people like in certain cultures, like even wearing shoes in your house is like, you don't fucking do that. That's gross. Your feet hit the ground, kind of a thing, like, but I mean, you shit from your fucking asshole and people like that too. So whatever.
right. I
I don't know
wonder.
which one's
yeah.
worse.
So like,
I got a serious question. Like, it's gonna come off as kind of sarcastic and funny, but like honestly, I wonder if because I think like in the foot fetish community, a lot of the people within the community they like feet because they like the way they smell. That's something that I've picked up that they like the way feet smell, like a lot. And I wonder if like the people
mhm.
who eat ass and like eating ass, I wonder if those people like the way like ass smells, like the actual smell of damn near like shit. And
The
I say that
asshole.
like I wonder if they're the people that eat ass. I wonder if like they scratch their own ass and smell it. Like they're those kind of people, or does everybody do that? I mean, I'm not saying I do that, but I'm just saying like, do you get what I'm saying? Like I wonder if it's like every.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you know what? I think they do. That you'd have to in order to be willing to do something like
To
that
be
because
down
like
there like that.
yeah, because I like so I'm a foot guy who's in the foot smell, but I wasn't always into it though. But one of my exes like one day, she was like, okay, coming through, so we can get to the whatever. And she's like, I'm just wearing these without socks so we can get straight to the foot action and the other action.
Mhm.
And one night, like they had a scent to it, and it got me aroused, and I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Mhm.
Is that you? Is that your feet? And she's like, I don't know. Why don't you find out? And it was, and I was like, oh no, I'm in
Um,
trouble.
that's was that like when you
Because
realized you
there's
had a foot
another.
fetish?
Well, no, that I knew I had one before that, but I just felt like it kind of unlocked a new sensation for being able to experience pleasure with your mate. It's like now there's this extra thing on the menu that we can both enjoy if you're with it, versus just, we just doing a regular old missionary or whatever. It's like, we can do this and this and this.
Right.
If you're cool with that, and it just makes life more pleasurable because it's like now there's more ways to experience it. And,
intimacy building. There's,
right. And then
unlocking new doors.
I shared a story.
And it's like,
right.
Now go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, what's crazy is I shared a story on here, I think before we even started fully embracing the foot fetish community, where me and my wife, we were getting intimate, right? And I had a very similar experience to you where her feet came across my face, and her feet, they stink. And I wouldn't say like that I'm like I don't know if I have a foot fetish, but I do know that when I smelt her feet, I did get turned on. So maybe I do, and I just haven't really fully discovered it yet. I'm definitely becoming more open-minded to it now and trying to just, figure out the mind structure behind having a true foot fetish. And like, dude, like we talk about it so much now, I'm starting to become more and more intrigued. So, I'm just trying to figure it out, like it's really interesting to me too. And I don't know, man, like it does seem like a whole new world, like Aladdin and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, there's so many different things that people enjoy about feet too. It's not just like what I've learned is that some like the smell, some like veins on top of your feet, some like wrinkles underneath your soles, some like your toes, like certain lengths or not certain lengths, and toenails certain size, and heels. And like, I'm just like learning all the different things. And I guess it's just something you kind of figure out when you're younger. Like, is it something that you realized you had a thing for at a young age, but didn't quite understand what it was until you're a little older? I don't understand how that works.
I know, like, speaking from my experience, but it happened in stages, and it was like, looking back, it's like, all of that makes sense. Cause like the first time I realized like feet did something to me was way back when I was like 4 or 5 years old, where my older brother's friend's sister, like, I thought she was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. And like this one time we were helping them move to a new house, and we had finished helping them move, getting unpacked and everything, and we went to the gas station to go fill up, and they followed us, and I seen her in the van, and she was barefoot, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, I've never seen that before. What is this doing to me? Like, I want to go home and play video games, but this is dope too. And then like fast forward to like maybe when I was like 10 years old, I had seen a picture of one of my favorite video game characters barefoot, and I was so intrigued by it, and I was like, yo, this is weird. What is happening? Like, this is just the foot, right? But I like it though. Okay. And then by the time I was 12, I'm like, yep, this is my life, I guess. And then the smell thing happened, and that was like the final level of unlocking my love for feet, or whatever you want to call it.
Hey, I got a question. Like, when you go on the internet or what have you, like, where do you find the other fellow foot fetish people? Like, is there like certain websites that the foot fetish community gravitate to, or is it just kind of stumbling across podcasts like ours, and then discovering people in the comments and things like that? Or are there like Reddit communities?
Facebook.
Yeah, no, I want to say there used to be this one popping site called the Mousepad for like folks who like came up way back. But then when social media came out, it was primarily IG and Twitter, and then now Reddit too. But they're a little like super quadruple X over there with their stuff, so it's not really focused on that. But yeah, that's it. I just kind of stumbled upon it back in, I want to say 2016. I was like, whoa, this is a thing. And there's a whole kind of community like built in the social media platform that's cool with this. And from there, that's just kind of how it took off as far as where like the hub is for all that.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I want to say it's mainly social media. There aren't too many websites anymore because they're all like botted out or whatever. It's like you click
Oh.
on it, you get a virus or something.
That kind of reminds me of Stella's Heavy Bottom Bella Instagram page. Did I say it wrong again? Bottom Heavy Bella. Is it? Did I say it
You
wrong?
said it wrong again. Bottom heavy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because some of my pictures will get like hella bot comments.
Yeah, no, that shit always is crazy. It's like you get the sugar daddies and the dudes you want to get in your regime.
Like, if y'all really wanted to be my sugar daddy, you would just send money through the Cash App. Let's go.
Right.
Like,
that's very true. Hold on. Oh man, I've been neglecting the sound effects and shit like that. Oh my gosh, I haven't even like.
Because we're rolling.
I haven't even like really.
This is it.
Real talk. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody?
Intro.
Welcome to the Side Friend Slide Thru. We got Royce in the building today. Man, shout out to that background one time. Hold on. Gotta get an explosion right quick. Yeah. I'm not sure what episode this is, but
got the shirt on too. I like it.
Fuck yeah, man. Man, big shout out to you.
46. Oh no, 47.
This is 47 right
47.
here. Episode 47. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting up there, man.
Hey,
I
Royce.
was just thinking about that episode y'all did on Unforgivable. Like that shit, I don't know where that came from, but I was like, they are. That's how I know those are my people. Unforgivable is classic.
That's a funny one, huh?
That's the funniest, most like rememberable.
So
YouTube
funny.
to me. Oh my gosh! Like when that came out,
So
I couldn't
fucking
stop
funny.
that. It really is. He's like, give me some waffle fries.
Waffle fries.
Man,
shit is too rich.
That guy was ahead of that guy was ahead of his time, bro. Like if he was out right now, like on TikTok,
oh my god,
all of the other platforms, like he would be crushing it right. I mean, I don't know what he's doing right now. He might be doing some great stuff right now. I have no idea, but dude,
let me find out. We've been sleeping on his TikTok.
For real though,
I know, right?
Let me find out.
I'll find out for you guys after.
Okay,
for sure.
That would be so fucking dope.
For sure, Royce. Hey, so then the next question I have is, speaking of like the sugar daddies that are, you know, on the Instagram and all the other platforms getting at the girls about the feet, do you think like the guys who have super perverted ways of approaching the women who do show their feet kind of ruin it for the guys who are civil, have foot fetishes, and actually want to be cool people too? Because like, all right, for instance, like you come on the podcast and dude, you say some great things in the comments. Like you actually, you know, add a piece to the conversation, and that's the stuff that we really appreciate. Yeah. But then you do show appreciation for the feet and what have you too. And like, dude, like you're like the prime example of the people that we want a part of the SideFriend Chronicles community. And I don't know, like, how do you feel about the people who come at it sideways and whatnot?
Yeah, no, I made a point to emphasize on my Instagram a little bit ago too about how you guys aren't just Estela's feet. It's the show. There's way more to this than just that, you know.
Right.
I wanted to make it clear too. Like, I was watching this before you guys did the episode where she made the comment about how the dude wanted to buy pictures and she thought it was weird. Like, I think that shit would be weird for someone who's never experienced that too, because that just doesn't happen like every day where people are talking about it.
Right.
And I understood what she meant when she said that, but there's like a majority of people who, like Jimmy was saying, like ruin it for people. And so some of those dudes, unfortunately, for, you know, I don't know them specifically or stats or whatever, but it's like a lot of them, they want what they want and they feel like, oh, okay, there's this avenue to get it, so let me get it, but they're desperate. It's like, whew. And so me, I'm kind of like a minority where it's like I'm actually the three-dimensional person with like a personality, and like I'm not just like, oh man, feet all day, yeah. It's like, nah, dude, how's the weather? How's politics? You know what I'm saying? Like, you catch the game? You know,
yeah.
There's more to me than just that. And so, unfortunately, because I'm like a minority, those dudes kind of do eventually ruin it. Like, I'm kind of afraid right now for Estela, because I'm like, man, there's probably gonna be some dude at some point who does some
out of pocket shit. I know. That's like,
be like,
that's what I'm afraid
no.
of too, because I see a lot of the comments, and while I appreciate like, you know, the nice things that are said, some of the stuff that's said is kind of like borderline, like, you're not gonna like show up at my house one of these days, are you? And like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because I'm a mom, I have kids. Like, please understand that I'm a person. I'm not just fucking feet on a camera on YouTube.
Right.
Like, I am more than happy to like do this and show y'all my feet, but this is, like I always say, first and foremost a podcast, and my heart is in the content, not necessarily the foot cam. And I think it's cool that we're kind of like pioneering that, like, in a way, because I don't see any other podcasts with foot cams. And I do think it's cool to kind of bring like a, like, to like normalize a foot fetish, you know. But in the same breath, like, I am, this is all brand new to me. I've never been with a guy that has a foot fetish. So the questions I get about foot worship and foot jobs and all these things, like,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like a fraud, like low key, because like I'm showing you my feet, but I've never my feet licked, sucked, all those things that like people are like visualizing when they see my feet on camera. And then like asking me to dress up in certain ways,
Yeah.
and having human footrests, and like, this isn't foot porn. This is a podcast. And so like, they need to understand that. And if I lose some of them with saying that, like, I'm sorry, you know, but bye, because this is a podcast. Like,
Right. And
it's I don't know. Like I said, some of the things that are said do make me a little bit uncomfortable, especially with how fast this podcast is growing. And I don't want the newcomers to see the comments and that be the precedent that's set. You know, I would rather have like respectful comments, because then when people see that the people that are there are respecting me and the podcast, then they're going to have that same regard for us going forward. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of like what I want. Like, I'm not super like I don't care if you jack off to my foot cam or my foot pics, but I don't want to hear about it. Like, don't hit me up on Instagram telling me what you're doing with my pictures or my videos. Like, la 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 la. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I don't know you. I don't care. Get your rocks off, but don't tell me about it, because then you make it you make it weird. You make it weird. And I don't want this to be a weird thing, you know? Like, that's the whole point. And, you know, the foot fetish isn't weird, but some of the people are. Like,
and that's the part right there.
That's it.
And unfortunately, like I was saying, like, there's kind of like a majority of that versus me. And I always, like, because with my photography on my page too, like I always make sure to let people know too, because I've been asked like, yo, how did you get into this and blah blah blah. It's like, well, first of all, you got to look at the people you work with as human beings that they are in the first place. You got to treat them like people. They're not just an appendage or a limb.
Right.
When you see them as who they are, it's like, okay, then that relationship that you built with them through, you know, the photography or whatever, it's like, okay, cool. This man actually sees me as a person, and he actually works with who I am based off who I am, and not just what I have. And I always feel like that makes things go over so much better too, because people, no matter who you are or where you come from, they want to be, they want to be valued on the outside of themselves too. And when you validate them like that, it's like, okay, cool. I'm not crazy. Like, I'm all right, cool. This person sees me as a person and not just an object. And that's what people do too. Like, because they have these avenues on the social media, like to buy whatever gets them off. They feel like, okay, well, I'm the customer. I'm right. I want what I want, and I want it when I want it.
Right.
You don't take into consideration that they're actually talking to a person who may be a wife or a mother who has children, who works a full time or something. Like they don't take any of that into consideration, and that's where people like me get lost, because it's like more of them versus me. I'm like, guys, stop. Just treat them like women, and you're good.
Honestly, like that's why, like, I had started an OnlyFans like in the beginning of this, per request.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way that they fucking treat the people, like the women who do this shit. Like, I mean, I get it in my DMs all the time. Willing to do customs, foot pics, foot vids, this, that, and this, like dress up like this. It's like, first of all, bro, anybody who knows me knows, even if I was about to do something and then you tell me to fucking do it, I'm not doing it anymore. Don't fucking tell me what to do. Like, honestly. But like, they get demanding, they're rude. It's like they become McDonald's customers. You know what I mean? Like they fucking like
Waffle House.
They get nasty. Just
Waffle
fucking they're like, I've never been to one, but yes, okay. And that's that shit that like I won't tolerate. Like I will be broke before I let you fucking talk to me like that. Like I don't give a fuck. You know?
Sometimes you gotta put your foot down too, because some of the ladies I know, you know, we work together, we develop relationships, and it's like at some point too, they kind of switched up, not on me, but just on how they interact with people, because they're like, no, I'm not having it no more. Like immediately, you're blocked, you're this, you're that. Like I'm not tolerating it, and at some
gotta
point,
set the boundaries,
right? And they'll fall in line, like regardless of whether or not they don't like it, they'll respect it.
And if they don't, they could fucking dip. Like, there's the fucking door. Don't let it hit you on the ass.
I can fuck off.
Exactly. Because I'm not here to play. I don't have that time or that energy. I don't give a fuck.
Hostless, bro.
I'm not that much of a people pleaser. Like, I could live without it. Honestly.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think these kind of conversations are super important for the community, though, because I think that it should be okay for them to not be anonymous and come forward, and they might actually be more kind when they do get in the comments, you know, if you can see their face and what have you. They might actually be cool people like Royce, you know, like all you gotta do is be upfront and be yourself. And I mean, I could understand why some of the foot fetish community they're closeted with their fetish, but dude, man, it's 2021, and I mean, we've made so much progress in the world in general. I mean, people are coming out, you know, with their sexual orientation. People are coming out, they're you know, changing their gender, and it's being accepted, right? Like, why not, you know, show what your foot or what your fetishes are? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. And one thing that I've noticed is that all you got to do, man, is be yourself. And as long as you're being yourself, there's going to be people that don't like you. There's going to be people that do like you. And that's nothing that you can change. So as long as you're just being yourself, like the right people will gravitate to you. That's just something that I'm learning. And especially with doing a podcast, man, you know, there's like no pressure. You just come on here, you're yourself, you chop it up, you know. Thankfully, my co-host, I you know, I could bear her. No, I'm just playing. You know, like,
he loves me,
and of course, and now that like we're doing the slide throughs, and you know, people are coming on chopping it up, like, dude, this is just, it's just great, man. And I mean, anybody listening to this, like, I encourage you, whatever it is that you're into, just be upfront with it, man. You'll be surprised like how many people feel you and want to like find somebody else that they could see eye to eye on a certain topic. And you know,
and yeah, that kind of what you were just saying, it reminded me of this quote I heard towards the end of last year, but it was like, in order to be a hero, sometimes you create villains. And it's like, the way I see that is kind of like along the lines of what you were just saying, is like, if you're just who you are, you kind of eliminate the people that aren't for you like right off top, so you don't have to waste time investing in someone who's not even for you in the first place. And I've been doing that too. Like, as far as like if I'm, meeting a new partner or something like that, I right away I'm like, hey, this is me. This is what I like. Blah blah blah. You with it? And if not, no, I'm not at a loss because like clearly you're not for me.
Right.
And that's fine. Like any person should be able to be fine with that. But
do you think that that's something though? Like, I feel like as a woman who's in her mid to late 30s now, can't believe it, that's something that we start to like be comfortable establishing as we get older. Because like I know that in my 20s, like I had a harder time establishing those kind of boundaries and like feeling comfortable doing so because you're looking for acceptance more than you are for like just accepting yourself kind of a thing, like you don't, you have this idea of who you want in your life, but you don't even really know yourself yet. So you're kind of just letting anybody in. And like now as I get older, like I know who I am and what I don't want. And I have no problem like voicing that. And it's like today on Instagram, I posted like, I'm a sweater. Like I sweat like a motherfucker. Like last night I was sleeping and I slept in the nude because my kids are out right now, so I could do that. But I was sweating like a motherfucker. Like my hair was even stuck to my back.
Wait, like the fucking Adam Sandler movie where his twin sister just woke up in a pool of sweat pretty much?
I sweat a lot. But last night for some reason, I think I had my heater on too, like maybe too high.
Well, yeah.
But and I don't sleep without the covers because I don't want monsters to get me. I'm one of those people. I can't do it.
You're watching out for that.
Like I can't have my feet uncovered. Yeah, well, I mean, my whole life, like this has been my whole life. It's because when I was 13 or 14 years old, I was staying in my mom's bed with my brother, and my brother's younger than me, shorter than me, whatever. And I was kind of I had my feet like hanging off the bottom of the bed because like we brought the pillows kind of low and I was sleeping like that. And I felt something like grab my foot like this slowly and kind of squeeze and then let go. And I'm not even fucking kidding. That shit scared the crap out of me. I was like, oh, like I didn't want to get off the bed and look under the bed. I was fucking terrified. And ever since then, none of my limbs hang off the bed. And I do not sleep uncovered. I don't give a fuck how hot it is. I will at least have a sheet on me. And so that's why. But like I sweat like a motherfucker. I had to wash my sheets today because I was like, oh my God, I sweat way too fucking much. This is crazy. Like
maybe
it's wild.
Maybe El Kukui had a foot fetish.
Yeah, but I say all that to say that like I'm just putting myself out there. Like this is who I am. Like take it or leave it. I'm a sweaty ass bitch and I'm not going to apologize for it. So
that's just who you
putting it out there. Like I'm totally fine sleeping by myself too.
Hey, you bring something to mind, Estela. I wanted to ask Royce, like what do you feel about women who let their armpit hairs grow? Do you think that's kind of weird or nasty?
Nah, I'm not like a huge fan of it, but I mean I also don't mind it either. Like because like if that's what she wants to do with her body, that's her choice. So but I will say this though, this one time there was this woman I was interested in. And she was like a super hippie chick, super laid back and everything. And like, she told me she didn't shave her legs. And I thought she was just fucking with me. But one day, like she pulled up her pant leg and I kid you not, she had more hair on her legs than I have on my arms. Oh, wow. It was thick. And I was like, Oh, I was still smashed though. Like I don't mind it. I don't
I
mind
don't
it.
think a lot of men do. I've said this. Like,
not
it's not gonna stop them. Like, it's never stopped them for me. I got hella stubble.
Right, like it's not like I said, but it's not like a preference. But it's just like
right.
If I like you enough, and
it's not a deal breaker.
Actually, it's like you know what, whatever. We can be polar bears together if you want. I don't care.
Hey, I like it.
I had to shave my Chuck Norris hair off because I had a doctor appointment, but like, yeah, like I'm kind of hairy too. So like,
what's
are you gonna be like, no, I don't like your chest hair? Oh, so
never heard that.
This might have been an insider, but so back in when he made that movie with Bruce Lee, like Bruce took his shirt off and Chuck Norris took his shirt off, and Chuck Norris looked like a polar bear from Antarctica.
He was a hairy ass man.
Oh, really?
Like he had like a armband of hair back here, and I was like, how do you even do that? And then in the movie they made a gag of it too, where Bruce Lee ripped his chest hair out because he had so much. He's like, what? Oh no, I gotta fuck you up, Bruce. Fuck on my chest hairs, bro. It was crazy, man.
Wasn't that movie Enter the Dragon or? Nah, maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
It was.
I think so.
A few names. I don't know.
Let me see.
But it had Bruce Leroy on
the Dragon
it.
Or the.
Yeah, I think it was Return of the Dragon.
No, that one was from the 80s.
There's Enter the Dragon. It's 1973. Way of the Dragon. Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
The Way of the Dragon.
Dude,
let's see.
If you like Bruce Lee stuff, you gotta watch Be Like Water on ESPN Plus. I think it's ESPN Plus. Yeah, it's ESPN Plus, and it's a documentary. It's like an hour long, and man, it's amazing. They take you through Bruce Lee's whole entire life. And I mean, which wasn't very long. I didn't know Bruce Lee passed when he was like 32. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was so young.
He was super young, and his son did too.
Right? Yeah.
Those both hurt me. Like
Not wild. The same way.
Because I was like, man, dude, Brandon just got on, and like he was just
he was like the Crow, right?
Yeah, he was just breaking away from kind of being, put in that box of just martial arts like your dad, and then
that's kind of the thing that raises a lot of questions with the Bruce Lee family and what happened with Bruce is that they think that Hollywood wanted to get rid of him because he became such a huge star in Japan and was just blowing up, and then they wanted to bring him back to Hollywood, but he was already a huge star and he was working on a huge film at the time when supposedly he took some kind
Japan or China.
It might have been China, excuse me. I'm about to get canceled. Yeah.
No, I'm not positive. I thought it was China, but I'm not positive. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, yeah, man, I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong. My bad if I'm wrong. But yeah, anyway, it's like, so supposedly he took some kind of pain medication, and next thing they know, he passed, and he was an in shape person, had great health, and bless you.
Hello.
And yes, hello. And yeah, man, like it's just crazy.
Sorry, I have like
okay, do you got the coronavirus? Are you cool or?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I might have the Rona. No, my allergies have been gnarly lately, like really bad.
They got the second variant right now. Oh, Royce with the
maybe that's
mask.
what it is.
We gotta have a quarantine podcast now.
Over the nose.
Over the nose, very important.
It is important. I don't know, man. Like you got a sniffle right now, though. So like I'm getting a little nervous for you. Like,
I just took my medicine right before we started. You thought I was doing Coke in a bottle.
Is it your cat?
I'm allergic to my cat. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Mr. Royce.
You gotta stop sniffing her when she.
Yeah. I take all kinds of medications.
Mr. Royce ain't allergic to pussy, though.
Just so that she can live with me.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I got. So there was this episode. I think Estela was talking about. Or it came up about The cunning linguist.
Cunning linguist.
I'm
the
a
man
fucking
behind the title.
I am the
linguist.
When you look in history books about cunning linguists, I'll be like on the front cover, and then I'll have my ascot tie, and I'll be standing in like a British like castle or whatever, some shit like. And the cunning linguist, hey, blah blah blah, and put my monocle on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me. I don't know anyone.
I downloaded that song because of you.
Oh.
I did. I really did. I listened to that shit. I think it's good.
Wait, it was a Raekwon song or something like that, or what? Who was it?
Like a non. Let me see.
I had to look up the artist too, but I found it and I was like,
she sent it to me.
Anonymous.
We got to shout the artist out. Yeah. Let's see.
Strictly for humor. Yep.
Cunning linguist is the song.
Oh man,
that's me. I could speak all the languages that all the way pussy communicates. I know them.
He's fluent.
I unlocked the Da Vinci Code.
Like, do you feel like the Da Vinci Code is the same with every woman, or do you feel like there's a new code to be unlocked with every woman?
Yes and no. Just because for the most part, I don't really switch up too much. I just kind of, it's about the rhythm of how she's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much, I just do, my super special move, tongue tornado, and it's like,
oh damn!
Oh yeah! What
shit.
is guys erupted?
Well,
oh, there you go.
The crazy thing about this, Royce, is that I actually have somebody that we know outside of your door right now, and she's about to come inside your house, and she's about to get it cracking with you right now. Hey, wouldn't that be crazy though, man?
Okay. No,
that would be some shit.
Be wild.
Hey, so tell us about your photography. Like, are you taking these pictures yourself or what? Or is it a collection?
So I've always my camera right here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I always been into photography, like just period. So like I love doing landscape type pictures or like seeing animals in nature.
Mm-hmm.
But when back in 20
feet in the wild,
yeah, actually not one of the shoots I got on my page. One of the models we were in the Bay Area and they have this little hiking trail and like we got all these nature shots and it's pretty dope and it's hella fun and we got blazed as fuck. But anyway, when I found out that there were people who were photographers working with the foot models on Instagram taking pictures, I was like, hold up, you saying I could do what I love and what I love on top of what I love times what I love? Hold on. And so I linked up with one of the foot models who gave me my first shots, because I was like, hey, I got a camera, I'm trying to establish my page. And at first people were like, nope, nah. And I was like, fuck, okay, I don't think this is gonna happen. But she gave me my shot and she was like, whoa, this could be something. And then from there it just took off and
she leveled up your guys' foot IG profile portfolios, like.
So like I got like a range of stuff on there. Like it's primarily focused on the feet because I even though it's about the woman, like for the sake of how I do it, I just want people to see it in different lights and different aspects of life. So it kind of, when they see it, it's like, okay, they're not going to be like, ew. It's going to be like, yo, man, that the way he captured that picture.
It's like artistic. It's
like, they're not ugly. Like, I don't think, I get, people probably been traumatized as fuck with like their grandparents or something, like they toes all black or something from like diabetes. I don't know. Like, I get that. But generally speaking, like hands are hands. And I haven't seen like a hand that was just so ugly that I was like gross. And it's like the craziest thing is like hands are like more germy than feet. Come on,
I think
people.
my feet are gross.
And see, I hard disagree with you. Like I wear glasses, so like I can see really, really, really well. I'm just saying, like
it's been a trip for me. Growing up, like I have cousins who have pretty hands and pretty feet. Okay. Mm-hmm. But mine, not ever, like even they would tell me like, ugh, you know, because they had pretty ones and mine were ugly. And I was a runner, so like my feet are thrashed too just from running. So like I have runner's feet, runner's body, like maybe a little bit less these days because of quarantine. But I've never ever considered my feet like aesthetically pleasing in any way, shape, or form. So also getting this kind of attention for my feet and hearing people say things like that is very like wild to me. I don't want to say weird. I got to get away from saying that. But it's brand new. It's like mine really, like my feet look like I'm about to go swing from trees. Like my toes are like this, you know, like just like I don't get it with my feet in particular.
I'm like big into psychology. And so like the first bit of what you were saying was like how like early on in your life you got negative reinforcement about how your feet look.
Right. I don't deny that's part of it. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, of course, if all you've been told is that your feet aren't that attractive, and then you get someone like me who sees you for who you are and what you look like, and I'm like, yo, she's dope. And then then you'll think, okay, wait, why is he saying that? Because that's new. What does he want? Or I mean, I don't know if that's the thought process, but like I know it's like you can't tell someone that's
how it is when people compliment me sometimes. I'm like, what do you want? You know, I get that piece. But I guess it's just going to take a while for the positive to like override the negative. And like
I was kind of like that too, because I've been kind of like on my own little weight loss journey, and I'm down 70 pounds now.
Hey, good job. We're here for it.
Great stuff.
Yeah, but you know, when people will compliment me, like I've been told all my life, like I don't look a certain way or I'm not a certain thing. So for me, when people did, it would make me question why they're saying that too, or what do they want from me, type of thing. But I came to the point where it's like, you know what? And this, I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm just speaking for myself. But like, you know, I feel like when people take enough notice to pay you a compliment, the best I could do for that person is just be like, thank you for that, because you saw something good in me that maybe I didn't see. And maybe I need to step outside of myself and try to see what you're seeing too. And if I can't, at least I'm grateful for the compliment. But you know, if maybe I could start looking at, you know, because I've always been insecure about my teeth, and I had some girl tell me she thought my smile was cute, and I was like, yo, you fucking gassing me. What do you want from me? But, you know, like I don't see what she sees, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, get away from me. Because like, you know, they might be sincere about it. They might actually be appreciative or like see the beauty in something about you.
Well, it's in the eye of the beholder, right? Like, like one man's trash is another man's treasure, kind of a deal. Those are things that I've had to like also like, because my life too, like, believe it or not, like I used to get a lot of people talking shit about my face. I had like really bad acne, like in my late teens, early like 20s. And so like I have scars on my face, just like everywhere. Right. And then my teeth, like I always had a gap here too. So like I hate my smile because people always make fun of my gap. I hate my face because people always give me shit about my skin. Like I've even had family tell me like, don't leave the house without makeup. And that's like really damaging to a young woman, you know? So like it's hard for me when people give me compliments because I don't believe it because of all the shit that I've heard. Like, I don't look like these like Instagram models and Kardashians. I don't think I'm ugly, right? I don't think I'm a dog. But like when you tell me like, oh, you look beautiful, I'm like, I look okay. I wouldn't go as far as beautiful though. Like it's really, really hard for me to accept because also being a woman, there will be men who tell you things just to get things from you. So like hard for me to like accept compliments or genuine. You know what I mean? I'm just all right. What you want?
It's like, just like those fuckers who are so demanding with the foot fetish stuff.
Right.
Like, I'm like the dude, you know, me and Daddy Goods, we're good. But then there's all these other dudes who ruin it. And so by the time we come along, it's like, I don't know. My spidey sense is tingling about you, motherfucker. I don't know. And it's like, and then sometimes we end up having to work a little harder. But I mean, I just stick to being me too. And I'm like, you know what, man? Like, hey, this is what it is. Like, I don't got no reason to, because I come from like the, I don't want to say my life was crazy growing up or whatever, but you know, unfortunately, I didn't come through my childhood unscarred. So I got like a lot of stuff that, you know, but at some point, like, I decided like maybe I should look. Or where was I going with that? I just kind of decided to work on that stuff so that I wouldn't continue to perpetuate all these other cycles of people who are like fucking scammers and F-boys and toxic and manipulators and all that. Because man, they just need help.
You see a lot of that in the comments though, right?
Right. They just
you
need
see
help.
My comments?
They need to learn to love themselves a little more.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture.
And be like, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, man.
It is. Could you tell me why they want my feet on toast? I want to know. Like I don't want you to feel like you're I'm not trying to treat you as like the spokesperson for all foot fetish people.
I get it.
I'm just trying to understand this because like you see, I get some requests and.
Have you heard that Tom? What is his name? Tom Green.
From like back in the day.
Back in the day, that bum song or whatever.
Yeah,
Tom Green.
Like my bum is on a truck. My bum. I'm just gonna answer that for all the foot guys and say that's what it is. They're like, hey, her foot is on a stove. Her foot is on a tub.
So they're just trying to like make some Dr. Seuss rap shit with my feet or what?
They just want to see all the locations your feet could be in or all the
her toes are over here. Her toes are over there.
Why on toast though? Like there's so many other things that can go on toast, like peanut butter, jelly.
There's probably gonna be someone hitting you up about that.
I know.
Hey, next time could you put peanut butter over it and then glaze some jelly and then put like a marshmallow?
Here's what I'm not gonna do because I podcast from my bedroom, right? And in my bedroom, it's carpet. What I'm not going to do is put my feet on toast. What I'm not going to do is put peanut butter on my fucking toes. What I'm not going to do is put any kind of anything that's going to make a mess underneath my desk so that you could ignore everything I'm saying and jerk off on mute to my feet in food. That's not happening.
Especially not Gorilla Glue.
It's just... wrong channel, bro. Like,
stay away from
I will cancel the foot cam before I do anything like that. This is not a clown show. I'm not a jester. You're not like tipping me in the streets to do tricks for you. Like, this is not that.
Yeah, you can go to
You know?
Fremont. You can go to Fremont Street in Las Vegas and maybe like sit on something and have somebody be the human footstool that everyone keeps.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We got a vlog idea. There it is. We're gonna go to Fremont Street.
But also, here's the thing, guys. I have a job, so I don't need to do tricks for cash.
Yeah, shout out, man. She's out here spitting those bars right quick. Yeah, real talk. Yeah. Oh yeah. I keep on missing the bomb, man. I know,
He's
man.
sleeping on the sound effects.
Nah,
you're sleeping on the sound effects.
I'm sleeping on the sound
Jimmy.
effects today. I know, man. I'm trying to not sleep on the sound effects. I love.
I think he's just sleeping over there. Really?
No. I'm listening. I'm listening to you guys. Like you guys are having a good conversation, and I'm like, I'm into it. Like don't forget, like,
okay,
I do a podcast, but I listen to podcasts too. And right now, I'm like listening. I'm like. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah,
I got one for you to join.
Sometimes you gotta listen.
I got one for you to join in.
All right.
I get it. I got it. I got one for you to join in though, because me and Royce were about to have this conversation earlier.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Oh.
Okay. I posted this meme. My homie Bruce posted this meme, and
shout out Bruce.
It was Bruce out in the bay. Selling houses. We might have to have him on here too. He's really funny.
All right.
It says women don't want Russell Wilson. They want Future to act like Russell Wilson. And I laughed so fucking hard.
That's some real
stuff. And Royce was like, it's funny because it's true.
It is super true.
Like, they want their street guys.
Like,
yeah. Russell's
to like be sweet like the nice guys, and you can't have both, honey.
The perception is that Russell's a dork and that he's just like a good guy,
like a good guy. Yeah.
I mean,
you're a friendly guy.
He's not a dork.
I'm gonna say this.
I just want to say that he's fly. Russell Wilson is fly.
Yeah. He is fly.
Hey, shout out Russell Wilson, like that.
Yeah.
Man, his game on the field is dope. Like
I don't like the Seahawks though.
And off clearly, like
49ers all day.
But he seems like a really decent person.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. Niners all day over here too. But
see, I knew it.
I'm gonna say this because people don't realize that both of those men are technically toxic. And that's probably controversial to say, but I believe that.
Tell me how Russell Wilson's toxic.
That's
so
interesting.
It's I can relate because I used to be kind of like a Russell Wilson. Like he seems like the kind of dude who probably, unfortunately, doesn't have like as high self-esteem about himself as he thinks or that he should have. Because he said that he was afraid of losing Sierra as his wife, like, you know, for whatever reason. When you love a person like that, that's kind of making yourself codependent and relying on them for way too much. And women, as far as I understand it,
we don't like that shit.
Yeah, you don't like that. It's a man baby.
I can't stand some codependency. I really can't.
You can't plan a fucking day and I don't have to worry about what I got to do with this or that. Like, come on, dude. You're complicating shit. And then Future, he just don't give a fuck. So it's like, hey, pop this perk. We going blah, blah, blah. Okay, I got a dip. Kid, that ain't
nobody got time for that.
I gotta make this record and draw some more perks. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, both of them are toxic, but it's just the more Future toxic dude, I feel like, because they say, you know, men, you know, they deal in logic and women deal in emotion, because those kind of dudes can peak every single type of emotion. They're more sought after because it's like, oh, this connection, like they make me feel all these things. And like the nice guy, he just makes me feel fucking frustrated. So
I think when you're a younger woman, you are very intrigued by the bad boy. They're fun. Right. They're like so mysterious. Fun. You just don't know what you're going to get. And you kind of get addicted to that. And like they give you that little bit, that just enough, you know? And it is kind of like those like experiments with rats, right? Like where they'll give the rats just enough to get them to come back to like to get that behavior, right? Like, and with nice guys, they're just so nice. They kind of like walk on eggshells. They don't want to upset you, and that like annoys you. You're like, what the fuck? Like, have some goddamn self-esteem. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And I think that as you get older, you realize that the fuck boy is the fuck boy. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, you're not going to get your like long-term like goals in life with fuck boy, right? You're just going to get that temporary fix and satisfaction with him. And then the nice guys, they don't do it either, right? Like, and it sucks because you kind of have to find that balance, and you have to find it like at that right time as well, when like it, but
You got to find a guy that could do both, though. That's
you
probably
do,
right.
but that's a lot of them. It's when the fuck boy turns into a more serious guy. Like, that's kind of like when it is like, that's the guy you want, like when they're making that transition, because they still have that confidence and that adventure about them, but they're actually serious about you. You know what I mean?
And like, even when that guy is a good guy, she knows, okay, if I become too uninteresting to this person, or if I fuck up, like, I know that it's a wrap for me. Like, this guy is gonna turn right back to the animal he was before he started settling down, and it's gonna be a wrap for this relationship, because he's gonna become that fuck boy again.
Right.
He's gonna go.
She's gonna push him back to the streets.
He will go on a rampage. He will fuck everything moving. He will go to Miami every other weekend. He'll probably move to Vegas.
He's not moving to Vegas. He's visiting Vegas.
He'll probably become my friend. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm out.
You're stupid.
No, but what was I going to say? Yeah, no, there's a balance. Like, I tell people all the time, like, if you feel like there's a dark side to you, step into it. Merge it with whatever good you think you are with that dark shit, and that's the balance right there. Because then it's not about not giving a fuck. It's just being confident enough in yourself and accepting enough of yourself to be like, you know what, this ain't good for me, so fuck that. And then that boundary is set, and people are like, oh man, I gotta respect this person if I want to move with him, so let me do that. And then that's kind of how you know, if you're looking for a long-term relationship as a man, like, that's how you stay in it, is by staying who you are and not changing, and just keep growing. Because like what was it, I was telling someone how, like, I was real, like, how people glamorize Tony Montana from Scarface, but now I kind of understand why, because throughout the entire movie, he never ever stepped off of his block of who he was. Like, at all times, he was Tony Montana, even down to the end where, you know, I don't want to spoil it for no one who's seen it, but
everybody should have seen Tony Scarface by now. If they haven't,
turn
this podcast off.
I don't even know what to tell you.
Right.
Watch this podcast.
Don't turn the podcast off. Wait till after we're done, but then go.
No, they should. If they haven't seen Scarface, then that means you're like 20 years behind. Don't watch this podcast until 2040, like, because you're literally
40 years
20
behind.
years behind. Oh, 40. Yeah. Don't watch this podcast until 2060, because you're 40 years behind. Like, turn this on then, because then you'll be back on track. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, no, yeah, I'll spoil it. Fuck it. So yeah, because if they haven't seen it, they're too young. But so you know that part at the end, right, where Sosa was like, yo, I need you to off this dude, but he was with his children. And so he didn't blow up the car because he was with his kids too. Like, even in that moment, because Tony Montana had certain like morals based on who he was like, no, I'm not ending the lives of some children because this motherfucker wants to kill this dude. Like, I have principles. That's who I am. And that's why I'm like, you know what? That's what people have to be, is to know who they are at all times. Because once they know who they are, when people come into that energy, it's like, oh, okay, well, if they're in a leadership role, like, this motherfucker knows what he's doing because he knows what his strengths and weaknesses are to a T. For sure. If he doesn't, then I don't know how confident I feel following that kind of person. But
I feel like every single personality trait, whether it's considered good or bad, is in some way, shape, or form a good quality as well. Because if you learn how to channel whatever it is that you're good at, whether people frown upon it or not, like, it could be used to your advantage.
Yeah.
right?
Or I mean, just being a self-aware person. So like knowing when you are being this way, and I mean, whether it's something if it's something you like about you, by all means keep going, but if it's something you don't like about yourself, be aware of when you're behaving that way, and then check yourself, and then maybe tell yourself to behave the way that you want to be, but I think we started all that, and I was going to say that, like,
You want pizza?
no, I was going
Oh,
to say
sorry.
something about when he was talking about principles and people being who they are. Oh, that if you want to be with someone, because we're talking about fuckboys and these things, then you also have a responsibility to accept people for who they are. Like, people get into relationships with people or start fucking. Like, a lot of chicks will fuck with the fuckboy, thinking that they're going to be the one that changes him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a thing. Like, a lot of women are like, he's going to change for me. And like, no, he's not. If he's going to change for anybody, he's going to change for himself. And whether that has anything to do with what he thinks he's going to lose you or not lose you, like, he's not changing for anybody but his damn self. You're not going to change him. You got to accept people for who they are when you meet them, or you're going to actually be very miserable. You're going to be very sad. You're going to get hurt it's on you. You got to own that, because you're not accepting people. Like, you're going into it with the idea that you're going to change them. And you're setting yourself up for failure right there, and sadness and heartbreak.
Man, you be dropping bars, Stella.
Yeah.
Stay dropping bars. Hey, so like, what I get like from this whole episode is like, man, just be you. Just be yourself. Love who you are. Right?
Whether you're into feet or not.
Whether you're into feet, eating ass,
better than you could be you.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And I love
Speaking of Dr. Seuss.
No. I just love it when there's like a main point of an episode, and like I feel like that's kind of
just circling back.
Yeah, because that's kind of what we've been talking about.
Side friend.
We started with the yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, man, shout out to you for having that background too. By the way,
I know, we're here for it.
I wanted to come on and represent. You know what I'm saying?
We love it. We love it. We love it.
I'm not just here for. I'm here for the whole experience, and that's what it's about. And just like he always was saying, like, we wanted to start this as a way to just let it be a free flow thing and let it be what it is, and I'm here for that. That's so.
Man, I'm definitely here for that too. I'm definitely here for that too, man. Now we appreciate you big time, Royce. You don't even know, man. We see the posts, going up all the time, man, and like we see the love, man, and it's like
always showing us love, dude. I love it. I'm like,
you know what? I got enough followers on IG that this could make some sort of impact.
I appreciate you recognizing that.
To share the wealth, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have followers. Maybe they'll see what I see and see the goodness of what this is, and be like, "Yo,
Stella is she's baffled anytime like people she knows and thinks that would show her love doesn't." So like I know she appreciates it super much.
Okay, but that's because I'm the kind of person, like, I don't show love to get it, but like on a certain level, you're like,
hello,
come on, like, show it back, show it back. You know what I mean?
That's another thing too. Like, the reason why I do that isn't to, like, I do it from the freeness.
Same.
Because I'm like, I appreciate you guys. I think what you guys do is amazing. Let me show the love that you guys are showing in the first place by even doing this. And it's yo, it's great. Check it out. If you don't like it, oh well. But if you fucking love it, hey, it's because I sent your ass there. So
tell him Royce sent you.
Right.
Leave positive reviews.
Royce, you're the fucking man, bro.
Instead of 5, I don't know.
You're the fucking man, bro. Like, I just want to make that clear. And for anybody who wants to go and check out Royce's photography, where can they find you and your page?
So I am on Instagram at House of Royce Photography, spelled FOOTO instead of photo. And then I'm on Twitter at Royce Howard 95.
Hey. And we'll write that in description so people can follow you, because we have a lot of foot fetish people on here and you got that photography, so they might be interested in your work.
Make sure you guys go holler at him.
Yeah, because and then I'm getting more equipment and stuff too. Like I'm building on my repertoire of instruments. So
nice.
The quality is just gonna keep getting better and better. So
I hope that some people watching this right now, they could find a way to network with you and maybe collab with you. I mean, maybe there's some ladies right now that would love to have some professional photography by Mr. Royce. And
yeah, let me know.
Holla. We know a guy.
I got the eye for it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching episode 47. And we are out of here. Shout out to Royce once again. EstelaTheBella with the gigs. All right, we out.